Welcome to ISE's Equity Index Weekly Outlook, a weekly outlook on ISE and other industry indexes, hosted by Patrick Ceresna, a derivative market specialist and investment manager with extensive expertise in options and the broader derivative markets. ISE trades options on more than 15 proprietary sector indexes, as well as broad-based indexes and a variety of licensed benchmarks. ISE continually enhances its trading systems and develops new index options products to provide investors with the best marketplace and investment tools to trade smarter.
Hello and welcome to your ISE Equity Index Outlook for August 23rd, 2010. This is Patrick Ceresna. As always, we start off with a chart of the S&P 500 using that SPDR exchange traded fund symbol SPY. We continue to talk about this rising wedge where we're looking for the highs of the summer to actually come in around that 113 to 114 area. We last 2 days saw a breakdown occurring as the market looks like it wants to come down and test that 105, 106 zone on the downside. We may get that as early as Monday or Tuesday. We probably will see some early support come in here as the low volume August month will probably bring more choppiness than an outright sell-off. But if we continue to see weakness in the broader markets, then we could even see over the next week or two a drop even as low as that 101, 102 level on the downside. The only way we would start to consider more bullish scenarios would be is if we had an immediate rally that got us above the 111 area on the upside. At that stage, we would look at this consolidation to be far more of a neutral pullback than a bearish breakdown. Next here, I want to take a look at the ISE US Regional Banks Index, which is a symbol JLO, and we see that much of the weakness that's happening in the broader markets is actually being driven by the breakdowns in regional banks. And we can see here that we now have a new technical breakdown of the JLO below the 22 to 22.5 area. If the broader market continues to sell, then the measured move for the downside for the regional banks is going to be all the way down in the $18 to $20 area on the downside. So we'll be watching how this plays out here. Next here, I want to take a look at the ISE Syndex, which is the symbol SIN. This is an index of all the casino, tobacco, and distiller companies. We're talking about the same rising wedge here as we are in the broader markets. We're going to be watching whether or not we get a break below this 108, 109 lows that came in last week. If we do, then we'll be looking for the initial support to come in at the 105 to 106 area on the downside. If the whole market goes through some sort of more accelerated downside breakdown, we'll be looking for a move that potentially can go retest not only the 100 level where the lows came in a month ago, but potentially even break down as low as the 90 to 97 area on the downside. But before we target that move, we need to see a break of this 108 level to open the window for some accelerated selling. Next here, I want to take a look at the ISE Home Builders Index, which is a symbol RUF. And the home builders created the same kind of flagging formation that we see in the broader markets. There's a lot of relative weakness here. We haven't seen a breakdown in the home builders index the way we have in the financials. But if we have any break of this 8 to 825 area, this extremely oversold market here could very quickly find itself down in the $6 to $7 area on the downside. But we would probably need to see the whole market going through a more aggressive sell cycle in order for us to see a breakdown in the home builders. Next here, I want to take a look at the ISE Natural Gas Index, which is a symbol FUM. Well, we had that rising wedge formation that came up into that retracement box that we marked off over there. We've been talking about that for the last 3-4 weeks, and then with the reversal off that zone, we now have a breakdown to this 89 to 91 zone on the downside. This is also a critical moment because if this support level holds early on this week, then we could see a bounce come right off this area. But if the whole market sells off and we continue to see weakness in the natural gas index, then a breakdown of the 89 to 91 zone would open the window for a measured move to the downside that could go even as low as the 80 level, but would a minimum finish a move down to about the 86 to 85 level on the downside. Finally, I want to take a look at the ISE Mini FTSE 100 Index, which is the symbol UKX. The UK market had a pretty sharp reversal on Thursday, but overall we haven't seen any real accelerated selling on the downside. We could see this index get down to about the 510 area if the S&P gets down to the or that spider gets down to the 105 level on the downside. But if we see a full sell cycle come in, we would be looking for a retest of the previous lows that were put in there around that 480 to 490 level if it really grabs hold. That was your ISE Equity Index Outlook. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for participating in this week's session. Please join us again next week. For more information about Patrick Ceresna and to sign up for free index options trade alerts, visit www.optionsource.net. To learn more about ISE index options, visit us at www.ise.com/indexoptions.